everyone. So in this video I'd like to share with you what the Lord has told me specifically about the number 11. And I say it like that because I know that there are plenty of materials out there, including YouTube videos on the number 11. But this is what the Lord told me, and the reason why I want to share it with you is because I just had a recent dream, and in that dream I was told that a big festival, a big feast has just happened, and I'm assuming it would be a biblical sort of feast. In the dream I was told. So anyway, let me just go straight to what I have to share. So I was seeing the number 11 for a long time in the past, and didn't really know what it meant. And anyway, a few months ago, I think just after Christmas or so, I'm not quite sure, but somebody left a comment on one of my videos, and they were asking, does anybody know what the number 11 means? And just as I was reading that person's comment, the meaning of the Lord spoke to me just while I was reading that comment. The Lord does, because I could just hear someone wondering, God speak. Yeah, the Lord does speak, and the thing is to be able to discern when it's God's voice or when it's the enemy's voice, and or when it's your own thinking, and there's nothing wrong with you thinking, there's nothing wrong with you having your own opinions, honestly. I can give you examples of people in the Bible who have their own ideas and their own opinions, and the Lord did not look down on it, So we mustn't be super spiritual about it. There's nothing wrong with people saying, this is what I think, and and the Lord is okay with that. But anyway, in this case, this is not what I think. I believe that this is what the Lord has said to me. So while I was reading that person's comment asking, please can someone tell me what the number 11 is, I immediately got an understanding. So I replied and I said to them, and here is the meaning. Number 11 is a transition. When you keep seeing 11 all over the place, or 1111, it's transition, especially number 11, 11. It's the Lord is saying to you that you're in a transition stage, transition phase, and I said to the person that while you're transitioning, a lot of times we're not aware that we're actually transitioning. But after we've transitioned, we look back and then we realize, oh, I'm no longer there anymore. I'm now in a new place, I'm no longer in that situation. I'm now in a completely different, you've moved on, your life has moved on to something completely different from what it was before. But while you're in the middle of it, a lot of times you don't really know that's what's happening, unless you're paying attention. Spiritually, you're actually in tune and you're paying attention. And so actually the thing is, when I shared that, I remembered my own experience that time previously when I was seeing the number 11 all over the place. I didn't realize that I was transitioning into a different phase in my life, but I look back now and I realize, oh yes, that's what was happening. I was in transition, So I have that knowledge experientially and by the Lord. So just want to share that with you. And then also the other thing I want to share with you is that I want to share with you the dream I had recently. Because by sharing that dream, I want to suggest to you what to do when you're seeing number 11 all the time. And I'm going to try and keep this video very short. I don't intend to make it into an 11-minute long video. No, let's not do that. So let's just keep it really short. So 2 days ago or so, very recently, I had this dream, and in that dream I was welcoming someone that I really respect. I like them so much, and I really respect their ministry. And they were they came and they said to me that they said, oh, there was a big feast just recent, that there's a big feast that's just happened. And then they said to me, and you know, we heard Maria, you Maria Guyon, but in the dream it sounded like Guyon. That's how it sounded in the dream. Marie Guyon kind of thing. That's how it sounded in the dream. And they were saying, oh, and just as I was saying, they were saying that because we were like in a building with other people around, and it was like we were going from one place to another, but it was one big building. So as they were saying that, we were walking, and then I was about to just turn to go into a place, and it was a corridor. And then I saw the look, because I was listening to them while they were talking. So you know when you're listening and you're walking, that sort of thing. So as I was listening to them, I saw the frown on their face. They kind of went like that when they saw where we were going into. And then I saw the frown on their face. So I looked at where I was going, and it was a corridor. And it was a dirty corridor. Oh, I forgot to say when I'm explaining what number 11 means. And I said it's transition. If you imagine it like a corridor, like this and like this, so it's a corridor, okay? So that's what number 11 signifies. It's usually to do with transition. So anyway, back to this, and I looked, and it was a bit dirty, and the floor was it was quite dirty, and it was a bit reddish. I don't know if it was. I don't want to say. It was reddish, like blood kind of color, red, but it was like dirty floor, like they hadn't painted it properly. I don't know, it was just not nice, you know. So when I saw where we were going, what the corridor was, we didn't go in. So instead we turned and we went through a door. And as soon as we stepped through that door, it was a congregation. So there was like a conference, like a Christian conference or a Christian service or something, you know, worship or something that was about to happen. You know, when you first arrive and people are putting their handbags and their coats on the chair and they're saying hello to each other, it was that sort of thing. So anyway, and so while all this was happening, this person that I greatly have a lot of respect for was saying to me that a big feast has just happened, and we heard her voice, and it was so amazing to hear her voice, the voice of Mary Guyana kind of thing. So I was listening. So anyway, in waking, I wrote down the name, and I recognized that name, and so of course I quickly Googled it because I didn't want to forget. Even the spelling, I didn't quite know the spelling, and like I said, it sounded somehow in a dream, and it was Madame Guyon. If you guys know her, she was a mystic back in the day who spent a lot of time with the Lord, and she wrote a lot of materials, a lot of she wrote a lot of materials to do with practicing the presence of the Lord and silence prayer and that sort of thing. So now I want to tell you that before I had that dream, the night that I had that dream, I prayed to the Lord because I realized, because I was seeing number 11 just recently, just in the last few days. I started to see number 11. I didn't let it get to 3 days or 4 days like I had done in past times, because now I knew the meaning of number 11. I knew what it meant. So what I did, as soon as I saw 11, you get your phone, 11, you turn there, 11. I knew what was going on. So that night I prayed, and I prayed quite, I gave it some time to just pray to the Lord about this. I said, Lord, it seems to me that 11 is transition according to what you showed me. and I prayed and prayed and prayed, about this, and then I had that dream. So I want to say to you that actually, when you have when you see 11:11, your first response should be to pray and seek the Lord about it. Seek the Lord about that, about what you've been seeing, because in that, when you're doing that, the Lord will show you what you must do to transition very quickly, so that the time of transition does not take longer than need be. It doesn't go longer than it needs to. And if you remember, in the dream that I had, there was that corridor, and it was a corridor, and but when I turned with the person I was with, if you're interested to know who this person was, it was Paul Keith Davis. They have a White Dove ministry, and I greatly respect him and Neville Johnson. Neville Johnson has passed away now, but they're the two people I really, the Lord really used them a lot in my life. We turned straight through a door, when he said Madame Guyon, and then we didn't go through the corridor, and we just turned straight through the door. And as soon as we turned into the door, it wasn't a congregation, So what I got from that is that when you're seeing those numbers or that sign, what you need to do is you need to inquire of the Lord. I've got a video on inquiring of the Lord. I'm going to try and put that video somewhere up there. Because in that video I was making the case that inquiring of the Lord is one of the keys to breakthrough. If you look at the scriptures, a lot of times people got their breakthrough just by spending time to inquire of the Lord. So what you do is you want to inquire of the Lord about that in prayer, and then what will happen is that the Lord will give you the strategy, or the Lord will give you the key of what you need to be doing at that time of transition, so that it's not a long corridor like in my dream, as there was that long corridor. It's not a long corridor, rather it's you just step in and you're in a different room. There's no long delay, So I say that remembering that in my own case previously, when I used to see 11:11:11 all the time, I saw it for ages, for maybe a year or 2 years. I saw it for a long time. And I think now, thinking about it, I think I could have shortened it if I had spent time with our Heavenly Father to get understanding. So now the Lord has spoken to me directly about where I need to be, what I need to be doing at this time in my life, and I believe that is to do with practicing the thing that Madame Guyon shared, those principles that she shared with us. I believe that the Lord is saying to me that I need to start looking into that, for myself, and that is my key, to where I'm supposed to be going. So in your own case, it may not necessarily be Madame Guyon, although we're all called to love the Lord with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and all your strength. I know, don't forget that, all your strength. So your strength mustn't go on YouTube. Your strength mustn't go on football. Your strength mustn't go on fashion or shopping or anything like that. Your strength, the majority of your strength must go to the Lord. I know I'm not 100% there. I'm definitely not there, but that's the plan. By grace we grow in it. We get better and better and better every day. So that's that. So that's what you should do. That's how I believe that you're supposed to respond when you see number 11, is to go and inquire of the Lord. Just go in prayer, and the Lord will tell you what it is that will connect the dots, that will make that door open quicker, so that you're not going through a long transition corridor. Okay. And then the other thing is, the reason why I'm wanting to share this video at this time today is because there is a guy that one of my subscribers introduced me to, and it's his name is Bo Pony Poly. I can't remember. BO something. His channel, his YouTube channel is I think it's Gold 2020 or something like that. Anyway, he was basically saying that the Lord has given him the gift of time of understanding of times. He's a man who understands the times. God has given him that as a gift. So he shares it with the body of Christ. You remember, the gifts are not for you, the gifts is for the body of Christ. You must invest that gift on the bride of our Lord Jesus Christ. So anyway, this man, in one of his in a lot of his latest videos, he was actually, because I've watched a lot of his videos since someone told me that you have to watch him, because I was saying something about Red Sea moment that the Lord showed me, and somebody said to me, I think you better listen to this guy, and that guy was talking about Red Sea moments, exactly the same thing that the Lord spoke to me about. But what I find interesting is that he's saying that we're actually at a point of transition, which will be from the 26th tomorrow. And if you remember the dream I had just 2 days ago or 3 days ago, whatever it was, I was told in that dream that a big feast has just happened, that there's been a big feast that's just happened. So I believe that this video is maybe time sensitive for some, not necessarily for everybody, but hopefully it will help those who are wondering what 11:11 means, and those who are who think that we're in a transition time in God's timetable, in God's calendar. So just position yourself to hear from the Lord, okay? So that you don't miss any keys that he might want to give to you that will make it very super quick, you know. All right, everyone, thank you so much, and I pray that the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ will be with me because of what I've just shared, and that I myself, having said all these things, I will not be found wanting, you know, that I myself will also invest in time and with the Lord, and stay close to him, so that I myself don't miss out, you know. So, and I also pray that the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ will be with all of you as well, you know. And yeah, and I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to reply to those emails, okay? So thank you for your emails. I've seen the emails, and I'm just gonna start replying to those emails. So thank you so much. Yeah, and those of you who don't know me, my name is Sharon. So yes, I better go. Okay, cheers everyone. Bye.